We're using a power inverter, a 3,000 watt power inverter with my truck. This is incredibly dangerous and can be very damaging and catastrophic to my system unless you know these rules. Your little vacuum here pulls some power.
Really?
Yeah. It's a good thing you're so good looking. We have her in there running the household vacuum cleaner, and it is currently pulling 360 watts. And we're pulling about 33 amps on the DC side. So 33 amps on the inside, going into the back at 12 volts. This truck model right here, if I look up my model, it's stating it has between a 70 and a 90 amp alternator. This is the V8, so it probably has the 90 amp alternator. We're gonna assume that's best case scenario. This battery right here, so let's just assume it's a 100 amp hour battery. So only 10 to 20% of that 100 amp hours we can pull from this battery continuously. Yes, this battery has 885 cranking amps, but that is only momentarily. We can pull 885 amps out of this battery only for a few seconds to crank the truck over, but a continuous load on this battery at 885 amps would destroy it in a matter of minutes. The rule is we take the total amp hours. So if I look up 27 F series batteries, Google will give me the rough amp hours around 100 amp hours. We use that equation and take 20% of 100, that is only 20 amps I can continuously pull from this battery. Say if the truck wasn't running without damaging this battery, if the truck wasn't running and I wanted to run this power inverter with, say, that vacuum over there for an hour, I would probably damage this battery right here pulling 33 amps. So you have to be excessively careful. So the biggest load I could put on this pure sine wave inverter would be less than 1,000 watts total without doing significant damage to my truck and its charging system.
You can pull your rated cranking amps for up to 30 seconds without damage. My battery is 800 cranking amps. Therefore, I could run up to 8,000 watts at 120 volts from a larger inverter for no longer than 30 seconds max to avoid battery damage.
If I wanted to pull the full 3,000 watts, I would install a 300 amp alternator on this truck, which they're obtainable. GM makes them. You can get them for like a couple $100 on eBay. And I would put another battery in parallel with this battery, probably the same capacity, the same size battery. And I would never, ever run anything off this power inverter hooked up to this truck without the truck running. Assuming that your inverter has a 90% efficiency or better, for every 1,000 watts you are pulling around 100 amps. That's a perfect rule of thumb. And as you can see, a little house vacuum alone is pulling 360 watts at 120 volts and over 33 amps on the 12 volt DC side. So it adds up pretty quick. If you have a 200 amp alternator, you're probably safe running around 2,000 watt inverter.